on for the Gambit side of things. I think that Viking GG have a very good chance at taking this game. I really dig the draft. There's some great steals to make for the Rubik as well. Not superb, like not the greatest in the world. No black hole, for instance, but a nice ice blast. A good the vacuum is always great, or the surge, especially the surge would be massive on that on a Monkey King or an anti mage. And we see an aggressive move. However, X's Vampire, he is dead.
Yeah, this looks rather inconvenient for him.
Oh, Shad went for first level blink.
First blood. I'm just getting started.
But the mid laner getting first blood. That's never fun to see.
Not if you're GPK, no. And I was looking forward to seeing if GPK could outplay his way out of this, well, bad matchup, honestly. But that's going to be extra hard now.
Oh yeah, by the way, for the people that are later going to be curious if Toby Dotes is Toby 1, he is not. There's a difference. Toby is Austrian. Toby 1 is Australian. Hey.
Important distinction. One of these is in the Eurovision Song Festival.
Aren't they both?
They are, yes. That's the joke.
Okay. Okay, it went right over my head. But yeah, there's no Eurosong Festival this year.
Is in.
Yeah. There is only one kind of strange that there's only one Austrian professional esports Dota player, and that is actually Toby. I checked the Wikipedia for that.
Today I learned. Alright, let's see how these lanes are going to shape up. So we already know that the mid matchup is probably going to be a rough one. Then Sashlo is just cutting, and this is what I would like him to see him do, because as you said, he can't really contest up against his Admit Mage. It's not happening. So instead what they're going to do is they're going to deprive Celery of farm, mostly. And Shad is going to be fine last hitting under tower. Like usually when you pull creeps like Satchel is doing right now, you're hoping that you're up against a range carry, because those take way more damage usually and hate last hitting under tower way more than an anti-mage, who's just fine with it. He's not actually going for the Tarrasque here, I see, but because he's not going to be hit in lane at all, I think that's the correct choice. So he's just going to get a Wraith Band up and then move on towards the Battle Fury immediately.
Yeah, it's I mean, as said, this is just a free lane for whatever safe laner you get. And yeah, top lane, however, that's the thing that's also kind of problematic here for Gambit, is the fact that that's also a lane that you lose. Like the Terrorblade, once he doesn't once his meta is on cooldown, together with the AA, both heroes can get caught out pretty easily against the Beastmaster Rubik. I mean, Rubik is just, in general, one of the most annoying heroes to play up against, because that Fade Bolt is just absolutely annoying.
Fade Bolt makes trading pretty much impossible, and it's the way you play it as Rubik is as well, you determine when the trade is over, because that's when you pop the Fade Bolt, and you can just say, no, we're not trading at all.
Exactly. But let's see how mid lane is going. That was the one that yeah, Boom is having fun in the mid lane up against GPK.
He is, as expected, so Void Spirit can only really secure range creeps by using his Resonant Pulse. And even then, he's going to have to rely on a lot of these just creep wave tricks in order to get any last hits at all. So as you can see there, it's just...
This one was always mine.
Yeah, GPK is having a tough lane, but in the meantime, oh, X's Vampire just suicides at the tier 3 tower to get that quicker respawn and get his mana back. But the lanes are going really well for Viking so far. 1k net worth lead on their side. All three of their lanes are going really well. As expected, the lane top is pushed in, so Toby gets all that free gold if he doesn't miss a creep kill.
CS lol. He's good.
But yeah, Beastmaster doesn't really become a real threat until he has, well, Boar level 2/level 3. And he is going for that Necrobook level 1 that you were talking about in the pre-draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so much extra farm speed right now. Strength in the region.
It's 100 gold cheaper than the Midas, and it brings you a lot more value than the Midas ever would. Except for an Ogre Magi, of course, but you know, Ogre Magi is a meh.
He's a special case. His mom says so as well. He's special.
He's very special. Yeah, Shad's lane is just absolutely easy mode. It's 2k net worth lead for Viking right now. I think they just have so far an amazing draft. It's gonna take a while before Terrorblade can even fight. Like, that's the thing. They have to use their heroes. GPK needs to early rotate and together with the Clockwork and try and get some kills. However, Clockwork is of course a 4, so he's not going to be that strong and early rotating. Shaklo not gonna have vacuum for a while, so the catches until like minute 12, 13, they don't really have any good rotation possibilities.
No, what GPK is going to be looking out for is any overextensions from Viking, and he's going to look to punish those. Because going in on your own, as Wood Spirit, you do have a really high kill threshold. Like, you can go in when someone is basically at 70% health, right? Just because of his insane burst power. But that is also basically solo kill power, and you only get to do that once, because you need to save your second astral step for getting out. Otherwise your fragile ass just gets bursted. And they have found Celery over here, who is most likely dead, because the Clockwork, no?
Wukong's command gets bump faked and they get scared.
Yes. Rightfully so.
Yeah, GPK didn't have his level 6 yet, so without the astral step, it's a little bit too risky to face up against the Monkey King right now. Like, he also didn't go for dissimulate, so he has no... If he gets caught out, for instance, with the shotgun blast, he gets slowed too much and he can't escape. But in the meantime, top lane under the tower, Toby and Aramis pushing FNG and Dream back. Double TP being used. That's 180 gold spent right there. GPK is actually going to continue the TP, going for Toby, who dodges the Aether Remnant and is just going to be able to walk this off. On the high ground, Aramis. No, his career! It's gonna die to the range creep!
Has been killed.
And GPK actually loses sight of Aramis here, otherwise I think he goes in.
Oh, Celery in the meantime takes out...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And he's just not going for it.
Radiant structure.
Seems the Clockwork was actually TPing towards the top and got caught by probably a cookie.
Double damage.
Because his TP got interrupted, it seems, and he died immediately afterwards. 3k lead now for Viking. GG, top 2 net worth. Shad and Boom absolutely spiking that top.
This is going to be a very early Battle Fury for this anti-mage.
Radiant's middle tower.
His love and life right now. There hasn't been a hero in his lane for about 3 minutes now. And that's half the match. That's just straight up half the match. So Terrorblade, one of the things this hero can do, of course, is with his Conjure Image, he can retreat into the jungle very early. However, the problem they have is that their Ancient Apparition is not actually very suited to holding towers on his own like this. He doesn't have any way to get the wave off of the tower. And the other problem is that Aramis on his earlier rotation got a ward down, so they can just watch this Terrorblade in his jungle. And he's going to get caught right now. TP out.
Oh, dies while he TPs. 75 seconds. No TP when he comes back alive, so he has to walk. His metamorphosis is on cooldown. And most importantly, 90 gold spent. Every single time I see a TP get interrupted, I'm like, 90 gold!
The campfire is going on Boom in mid. It's like, this is a level 3 Clockwork, just battery assaulting down a level 7. Oh no, he doesn't have Rocket Flare. He doesn't have any levels of Rocket Flare. Oh, that is so sad.
That would have been that would have been like 2-3 levels added to him. Oh, Toby in the top lane versus GPK. But GPK
So
almost dies to the
much
Necrobook
damage.
creep. I mean, it's what, 600 damage did you take? Yeah,
Yep,
last will
and you only
damage
get 6
600.
gold for it now. It's stupid. That actually, like, that is one of the big reasons. Normally you at least paid some price.
GPK does have an astral step in a couple of seconds. Boom. Counter strike, GPK dead. Oh my god, this is absolutely looking disastrous for Gambit. I want to say that Dream should be their ticket back, but he is almost the same net worth as Aramis is.
I haven't looked at the net worth yet. Is it bad?
It's really bad. Shad's double the net worth, and so is Boom.
Oh, I just opened it. I'm gonna go back to those last hits if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, this is Gambit in Struggleville.
Normally what I do at this phase in the game, around the transition out of the laning phase, I go to the levels instead, because those do mean more than the net worth usually, but when you're this far behind, it is actually really serious. When nobody has a full item up, right, spells are still more powerful than items, but
I mean,
they have items.
Yeah, they almost have an item while Terrorblade doesn't even have his boots ready. And is about to die again. Oh, Dream, this is they still haven't counter-warded that one on the high ground though. You should have had one.
It got pinged out by FNG right now, but that's too late. They didn't even sentry up after. No, they did actually sentry up after his last rotation in here, and they found one ward with that sentry now. But that's the new ward, not the old one. They now know that there's two. And FNG does still have sentries. He doesn't even get the gold.
Oh, GPK. There's going to be the Wukong's command down. GPK gets stunned up, has one more astral step, will jump out of there. But in the meantime, Toby gets rid of Excess Vampire top lane. They're going to catch themselves an FNG, and there's no save for FNG. I mean, that's the thing with Ancient Apparition. It's like free money at one point for everyone in this Viking GG lineup.
Dire's top tower.
Yep, he's just a little bag of money, and at this point, really, everything is going to come down to Sashlo on the side of Gambit, because he's the only one who's been able to get any farm, the only one who's been able to get an item. He's got Helm of Dominator up. Maybe he can make some plays if he meets up with GPK. One of the problems, though, is that these two have been on completely opposite sides of the map for the entire game so far, whereas if you use the Surge and the Ion Shell...
Shad? Oh, he knows.
No, they're not going for Shad.
They didn't smoke up. Easy. Escape, TPs towards the top. His Battle Fury is now done. It's an 11-minute Battle Fury.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's, I mean...
You sound very triumphant there, but they were never going to try and kill him. They were just going for this tower, because at this point you need to create space on the map. You need to slow the game down. So if you take the enemy towers down, they can't TP as far out. And it means that you have a little bit more time. They're going to have to think about defending mid now. And are they going to actually do it? Like, I don't think you can def mid.
I don't think you can really def any... Like, the only thing that they can do right now is hope Dream can get some farm. Because Boom is done with that Echo Saber, so you've got that nasty heavy hit slow as well. But you just won't outfarm an anti-mage. You just... It's...
Certainly not an anti-mage who's had this much of a start.
Yeah, who has a Battle Fury at 11 minutes. I mean, he skipped his boots for it, so, to get it faster. 7k lead now for Viking GG. 9-0 ahead.
Gambit have done what was necessary, though. They've established some control of the enemy jungle. They have a little bit of space for Dream to farm right now. And they also very correctly just gave up that mid tower. There's nothing to be done there. And because of the Beastmaster build, at the very least, there's not a very big Roche threat coming out from Vikings. So it doesn't matter too much that they give up control of that area of the map right now. So they've got a little bit more space around this triangle where Dream is most likely going to want to be. And then it's all up to GPK and Sashlo to try and keep the waves out right now.
Yeah, speaking of Shaklo, he's he's dead. And that's going to be 200 gold right there for Celery added to his bank account. Well, the smoke hasn't even been popped. I love Mortimer's Kisses. I just love Snapfire as a hero. Though I always, I should never buy the Aghanim Scepter ever again, because every single time I do, I keep just throwing my teammates into the enemy's fountain.
Curious. I'm sure that's...
I mean, there's no real strategy for it. It's just, I just want to. I'm like, I've got this massive troll item now.
Right, they're trying to flank here. But
Shackle
Celery's
has the
coming
hook
in to
shot.
pop the smoke.
And
I
they
think
might
he's
get
going to
themselves.
Dire.
Yeah, he should die. That's gonna be the first kill on the board for
Hard case.
Gambit. Toby, actually, his
Oh,
TP got
Scott.
interrupted. So Toby's dead. Not really a way out of there. That's gonna be a nice big kill for them to take. He's still on the run though.
Yeah, you gotta buy as much time as possible, right? So let's see how much gold are those kills worth. About 700 total, that's not a lot. And GPK is going Axe first,
Is
so
under attack.
I
This
love
will
the
put
Aghanim
him-
Scepter.
it is very strong.
It is way better than. I still don't get why some people go for the Orchid. It's just a better version of the Orchid. Like it's a 2-second AoE silence that can be a 4-second AoE silence. If you pop it twice, you get double the shield, and if you get the 100 resonant pulse damage, it does 320 damage. So that's 640 AoE damage.
Sure. But the stats on it are different. You don't get any of the
Yeah, you don't get the mana regen, but you do get a lot of, you know, just also the strength is pretty nice, the extra health, bigger mana pool.
At any rate, this is an item that basically says that on his Axe they're going to fight, and he is going to hope real hard that they don't have any BKBs up on Viking by that point, which is unfortunate since the Monkey King is going straight into a BKB. Great choice.
Radiant's
He's going to be
middle
ready
tower
to
is
fight
under
even when the
attack.
anti-mage is still just, you know, taking his time. His agriculture has not yet ceased.
Oh, they're gonna go in. Mortimer's Kiss is coming out. Shad Shallow is gonna die before he can even respond. That was, well, the Roar plus Centaur Conquer stun. Hook jump in from Boom. Shad goes through though, kills off FNG, is gonna hunt for more GPK. The Terrorblade, is he gonna join in the fight? Excess Vampire is gonna be caught out. His mana's already gone. This is just a cleanup crew for Vike and GG, and the only ones living are the 1 and the 2 on the side of Gambit, but they will be able to escape with their lives.
Just for now. Gambit's doing a good job of just throwing the bodies of their supports at Viking every time these fights go wrong. You can see that they were thinking about going in there just because the Mortimer's Kisses and the Wukong's Command were down. But the problem is that they didn't actually have the AA ult. If they have AA ult there, they go in and they try to get the Monkey King. He could have died. But instead, they don't have the burst. They make the calculation and say, alright, you know what? We're not risking GPK's life here.
Yeah, the AA Blast is a pretty big... I mean, it's the only thing the hero really does. Besides that, the rest of his utility tool is very lackluster. Oh, the creeps are just trying to man fight up against FNG. Ice Blast comes flying in. Toby's gonna get cookied back into the cogs. But there's the Bound to Strike. The Vacuum Wall gets placed. They might get both Toby and Celery, and they're certainly gonna get both. Aramis now needs to run away. He's gonna be chased down by GPK.
Radiant's top tower
He's gonna go
is
for the
under
TP.
attack.
Does not get the TP out. And Shad tried to kill off Excess Vampire there, but also another kill that they won't secure. So this was a very good turnaround fight for Gambit. However, with the recent changes in the latest patches, the assist gold that you gain is actually so incredibly minimal. Like, kill gold is still reasonably high, but assist gold is... The comeback mechanic has been completely nerfed in Dota.
The one you need to kill is Boom. He's got a 6-kill streak right now. He's very juicy. But the important thing that they gain out of that fight is, apart from just some breathing space, is they get to actually de-ward up in the triangle as well as put more wards forward again. Which is, like, Viking very correctly played on the bottom side of the map, and you can see by all of the sentries they really tried to push Gambit back. Unfortunately, thanks to that lost fight, Gambit has now regained this territory, and it is time for Viking to say, alright, fine, you're on the bottom side of the map, that's cool, we take Roche. Roche is top side.
They did place a very nice line of wards. However, Roche is already dead. Ice Blast came too late. They didn't scout it in time, and that's a free Aegis for Shad, who is now done with the full Manta style
Radiant's bottom
after
tower
his
is under attack.
Battle Fury, which he's faster with the Manta style than the Terrorblade, who went for only the Manta style.
And it's a great timing for him as well, because this is exactly at the moment where the
Radiant's bottom
Aghanims
tower
from
is under
GPK
attack.
is coming out. So he's going to be easily able to remove that silence. He is not a target. In general, Gambit is not going to go on the AM right now. If I'm them, I would probably aim to catch the Monkey King. If you have a ult on him, he's not going to be able to regen from his Boundless Strike lifesteal, or sorry, from the Jingu and the big burst from the Boundless Strike. That's when you can catch him.
Yeah, this is a problem. I mean, there's still they have a very good AoE team fight. Toby's gonna get caught by the vacuum wall Ice Blast, but he's not taking any damage. He's got that Hood of Defiance building into the pipe as well. I mean, that's like the only real threat I still saw, because once the Terrorblade pops his meta, you really
Dream has to get out.
Run away.
He is
dead.
Yeah.
Or comes command. Yeah, no, dead. Ex's Vampire tried to save him. Mana Void comes out. Ex's Vampire is going to be next. Shad gets a double kill, and we'll try to catch up to Shaklo. But Shaklo, of course, with that surge, will just dip out of there immediately.
Ex's Vampire really needed to throw himself at Viking earlier. I don't think you can allow that Terrorblade to go down. And Viking has, they missed one ward, but they dewarded the other, so they have pretty much established vision control right now. If you are on Gambit, the map is pretty damn dark.
Dire's bottom tower is under
They won't
attack.
grab the double outpost. That's a big plus for Gambit.
GPK, a little clever either remnant play.
GPK is going for the Blade Mill, an item that I've seen a lot more people go for just because the stats are very useful. But in this game, they have a lot of burst. Anti-Mage can easily almost kill himself if he's not paying attention.
Mm-hmm. As well as that, if he pops the mana void on someone,
but
he
will
doesn't
it
even
be
have
enough?
to be attacking the Void Spirit.
Yeah, true. AoE. Same with the Monkey King. Oh, Terrorblade Metamorphosis. They just fortify the middle tier 1. Honestly, you can just let the tier 1 die.
He's diving in.
Oh, catch his celery. Ice Blast can flying out. But there's a stun in return. Do they have the stun lock control? The Boundless Strike is there. They get the kill for GPK. That is a worthwhile trade on the side of Viking. They did buy back though on Snappy. And they're going to smoke up immediately, hunting for more. Shad is incredibly aggressive right now. Needs to be careful that he doesn't lose all of his mana to the Terrorblade. He does still have that Aegis though. The Sunder comes out. Toby is gonna almost die, but no, he will be able to run this off. They lose no one on the side of Viking. GG. It was a very nice attempt, but Shaklo, does he pop the Soul Ring into Surge? No, the bash comes out. Shad has that bash already done, and an ultra kill for Boom. They tip GPK. BM tips to boot. 17k lead, and this is over.
Yeah, I really
My thanks.
enjoyed seeing how Gambit tried to make up for their incredibly
Dire's
lost
middle
laning
tower
stage,
is under attack.
but I gotta say that I really expected just sharper play out of them, especially from the Clockwork, who could have made a difference with any rotations. But just nothing really happened. Their choice of team fights and their choice of plays after that was correct, but right now I think they're going to give it one more go, but this is the desperation move.
Aramis gets cookied out of there. Stolen Sunder onto Ex's Vampire. They're gonna catch GPK. Yeah, this is... Dream doesn't have Metamorphosis, so he can't fight. It's just a Terrorblade without meta is a completely useless hero.
Radiant's bottom
He's a
tower
medic.
is under attack.
And they're just gonna walk up high ground.
has
Shad
fallen.
still has the Aegis for another 20 seconds. The tier 3 tower, yeah, the GGs get called, and Viking GG take the first game of the tournament of the EU versus CIS LA Group A tournament.